Hi guys, welcome to ZJ-BOOKIT-AND-READ. So today, from my last video, I'm going to be reviewing My Saviour, which is book 4 of the Bewitched and Bewildered series by Aleana Alder. This one yet again, da, 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 signed, okay? I'm going to apologise again, my throat is going out, and I am struggling a little bit to talk, so if I do another video today, it will probably be a lot later once my throat's calmed down. Yeah. So, My Saviour, book 4 of the Bewitched and Bewildered series. This is Amelia and Darian's story. So, there will be spoilers. You don't want spoilers. With the door or the window. Or that way, for some of you that have the weird side of the room. Anyway, so this is Amelia and Dan's story. It's Amelia Ironwood. She is hilarious. So she kind of pops into the story near the beginning. Obviously, we've got Darian's point of view first. So he's struggling. He's starting to turn dark. And basically when he shouldn't be. He hasn't really told anyone other than his brother. Obviously his light is fading. And obviously we do have Merrin and Aiden featured quite heavily in the beginning as well, and obviously throughout the story. And she basically wants to go to cinema to go see The Hobbit, I think. And basically Aiden's like, no, and they're like, yes, and so everyone goes. After the film, we suddenly come to Amelia's point of view, where she comes across Rhea, Merrin, and Beth at the ice cream parlour. And basically, Amelia has the same ice cream as Merrin, and then they kind of introduce and go like that, and then realise that she's a paranormal. And obviously, Amelia becomes very bubbly and things like that. And basically, they introduce each other. And then when Amelia finally meets Darian, who's her mate, he's like, no, we're not mates. And Aiden's like, oh, I hope you find your mate. And she goes, yeah, I'll find my mate in a minute. And Marin's like, yeah, all the alpha unit, And they basically go from there. And then there's a scene with binoculars. I'm not going to spoil that for you. It's really hilarious how they kind of come together. And then it kind of goes from there, really. It's all kind of funny how they get together. There is a point where balls getting kicked is obviously a thing, but yet again, I won't completely spoil that. It is hilarious. And then as the book progresses, and he doesn't want to really fight it, and then suddenly out of nowhere, he almost turns feral, is the best way to do it. They go back. She goes with Oren, who is Darian's brother, and basically takes them back to Air Danu. And basically the Queen, their mother, or adoptive mother, saves him. Takes the light that he put into Amelia and puts back into him and replenishes his light. She wakes up obviously a few days later, and she's like, where's my grumpy face? And he's like, oh, what a mating I've given you. And then it kind of goes on from there, really. And as the book progresses near to the end, yet again, it's all funny, and then there's a very devastating part involving Keelan. And obviously someone tries to take Amelia's magic, and tries to basically kill the alpha unit while they're at it. With a distraction with the ferals attacking the town and everything, which Merrin is dealing with. And basically Keelan saves them all. He sacrifices himself to save them, and to obviously create something, which I won't tell you until the next book. And basically that's a very emotional scene. That made me cry because it was, it was quite beautiful. And then obviously when they manage to get Keelan's body and get him out, that they believe that the enemy has got his soul, because that's what they wanted. They wanted Amelia's soul to get to her brothers, which are the Ironwoods and the Ashleys, which will obviously be mentioned quite heavily from this point onwards. And basically Amelia tries to destroy the Ferals, and then we have Kendrick properly introduced, so which is Keelan's brother. And when he learns that his brother is dead, he kind of inadvertently sends his power through Amelia to get rid of the Ferals that are surrounding them. And yeah, so it's devastating. It really is. It probably one of the few books that can truly make me bawl my eyes out. I think that's how talented Aleana is when it comes to writing. The book is absolutely hilarious, but there are the devastating scenes, and yeah, so I would definitely recommend this as a good read for you. It is still brilliant. There are still hilarious bits in it, but it's definitely worth the read. It's definitely a turning point in the story, so you wouldn't want to miss out. And as I say to like all other books, when it comes to a series of books, please just don't skip books. Read the ones that come before, because otherwise you're not going to understand what's happening. Okay, so I'm going to give this a ZJ-BOOKIT-AND-READ scoring of 10 out of 10. I don't care what anyone says. I know people have certain things that they probably don't like and everything. There are grammar errors, there are a few spelling errors, but this book, the context of it, I think it's a beautiful book. I think it is really, really well written, and I just don't think I could give any other scoring. I really can't. Goodreads do it a score of 4.4 out of 5, and that's really, really good. You don't get that many that are that high, especially when it comes to a series of books. So I would definitely recommend this, and so I hope you enjoy my review. I probably won't do another one until a little bit later today, and I might have my daughter with me for that. So, but I'm going to get back to writing my book. I know, but I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is yet. So you're going to have to wait a little while. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my review. I have enjoyed reviewing it, and I hope you stay tuned.